Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, April 18th. It is the top 100 favorite films, going from 70 to 61. So I'm just gonna get right to it. Number 70. I might get some looks for this because the 3 Bourne Identity films are in one spot, and the 3 original Star Wars films are in one spot. But this trilogy is different. There's 2 in the top 100, 1 that isn't. And without further ado, number 70 is 2003's Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. The Two Towers is the one that's not on my list. It's not because I don't like it, but like I give it an 8 out of 10, but it's something I'd only watch when I rewatch the series. At least this and Fellowship I can watch without. Of course, this is the extended cut, because I like extended cuts a hell of a lot better. I thought this was a very excellent ending. Though I was a little annoyed that they left all the Oscars for this one when Fellowship should have got a few more than it did, particularly Best Supporting Actor. And this, another flub. They should have given Sean Astin an Oscar nomination because he was fantastic. I mean, he basically outdid everybody else. I know that's a bad thing to say, but a lot of people agree. I know people had complaints with the ending, like it would go to white and then continue on, and everybody was bitching and moaning, and I was literally thinking, shut the fuck up, because that gives us a little more time to enjoy this, because I didn't want it to end. I wanted it to keep going for another hour. But yeah, I'm anxiously looking forward to The Hobbit. Certain doctor, I'm still waiting to see if he's confirmed, because David Tennant is supposedly been rumored since he went to Comic-Con 2009 of being in The Hobbit. And actually, little note, one of the actors who is cast is the actor Sylvester McCoy, who played the 7th Doctor, which I think is so cool. So this is out of the trilogy, my second favorite. And then it goes Two Towers, and of course Fellowship is number 1, but what spot in my top 100 is it? You just have to wait and see. So there we go, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Number 69, it's one I saw when I was a teenager, and it didn't, and there was one scene in particular that really fucked me up because I love animals. You might know what that is. That, of course, is 1982 John Carpenter classic, The Thing. That moment with the dog where it rips in half, I literally went like that. That scared the shit out of me. But this is, I'm probably one of the few people who don't consider this a remake, because everybody's like, oh, it's a remake of The Thing from Another World. But if you watch both movies, they are no relation. But if you have read the book Who Goes There by John W. Campbell, I think the name is, this is more truer than the book than it is to the movie. I've never considered this a remake. Because to me, the original movie's okay, but it's not even based on the original book whatsoever, and this is. Love the cast, and you think, being a chick, I would be annoyed that there were no women in the movie. No, that never bothered me at all. I actually quite enjoyed an all-male cast, and the cast was fantastic. The special effects by Rob Bottin, excuse me, I had Pepsi at 6:30 in the morning, were fantastic. That eerie music, I've never been able to pronounce his name, but you know him, he does, like, he's more known for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly score. Never been able to pronounce his name. But one thing I loved is, like, the isolation and the paranoia. That was fantastic. And Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, they are a magic team when they do movies. Even if the movies are not well received until years later, they're fantastic. So there we go, 1982's The Thing. And this one is, again, a series of 7 films. Only 2 have made the list. My parents just informed me that they watched the newest one, and they did not like it at all. They thought it was terrible. And so I'm kind of a little iffy on it, but I really want to rewatch the film series before I get into that. And this one is 2004's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And you think because everybody has said this is the most faithful to the books, well, I can tell you right now it's not. because the ending of this is completely wrong. It happens in an earlier chapter, and he actually gets the firebolt taken away from him. So the ending, that was the only thing that pissed me off, but I thought everything else was fantastic. This is directed by, maybe you can see his name, but he directed that, I moved my, DVD. Oh, I know where it is. But he directed, this particular film, which I have. Yeah, he directed this, and went on to direct that, and I think he directed Children of Men, if I am right, which is a fantastic film. But I liked how this did go a little more darker, but that's how it is in the books, and that's what my parents were complaining about, that the 7th movie was just too damn dark, and I said, well, that's how it is in the books, and I would rather it be faithful to the books. First movie without Richard Harris playing Dumbledore, but Michael Gambon is a really good successor, but just kind of a little more vocal than Richard Harris was. And of course, one thing I love about all these movies is all the actors they have in it. Like, this one was, of course, the intro with Gary Oldman as his godfather, Sirius, oh crap, I forgot the name. Sirius Black, thank you. Too many names in my head. But, yeah, I am gonna, even though I didn't see part 7 or 7-A or 6 in the theater, I am gonna go see Deathly Hallows Part 2, and I'm gonna cry. Because I've basically grown up as an adult watching these. I was 21 when the first movie came out. I will be 30, still 30 years old when that came out. So, but it is basically 10 years that I have loved this thing. So there we go. Number 68, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Number 67. This one will get a lot of looks because some of you, or all of you, know I am not a romantic. But when I saw the trailer for this, it won me over. You have 2 actresses from an acting-directing dynasty in the same movie, and I have never been able to watch the Disney film since, and that is 1998's Ever After with Drew Barrymore and Angelica Houston. I love this movie, I thought, because I've been a fan of hers. I've basically grown up watching her like everybody else, from E.T. to now, and you can tell, even though there was a lot of cool movies she did in the 90s, like Bad Girls, Mad Love, Boys on the Side, I thought this is where she's shown them. She's so much grown and developed as an actress, and that. So, but yeah, you have Drew Barrymore, Angelica Houston, whose dad is John Huston, the director of The Maltese Falcon, and her grandfather is Walter Huston. So, and we all know who her family is. But yeah, if you haven't seen this, I so recommend it, even if you do not like romantic films. I mean, Cinderella, the Disney movie, is not particularly one of my favorites, and I had it on VHS. I probably will still get it on DVD or Blu-ray if it comes out, just because I love the Disney films. But ever since this movie, I have never watched the Disney film since. It's not because I thought this movie was made way more superior. So yeah, we go number 67, Ever After a Cinderella Story. So number 66, another childhood favorite, came out the same year as The Thing, E.T., and Star Wars Episode 1, and there is no humans in it. Absolutely no humans. And I think you already know this, but the minute I say another world, another time, in the Age of Wonder, that of course, The Dark Crystal, directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. Like I said, this is all puppetry, and even now, 30 years later, I think it still holds up. It was one of my favorites to watch as a kid. And the funny thing is, being almost 1.5 to 2 years old, I was wondering why older kids were getting scared of the Skeksis and the Gotham, and here I am thinking they were the best things in the world. I always laugh when people say they were scared of the Skeksis, like 10 years old, and here I am, I'm basically a baby thinking they are the coolest things in the world. I'm not too keen on the sequel. The sequel has been talked about for a couple of years now. I did hear that they did get a lot of the original voices back. But I'm still iffy. I mean, this is 30 years later. Why touch it? But yeah, the puppetry is fantastic. My favorite character is Fizzgig, because he's so adorable. Vicious and adorable. And I like the Skeksis, and I like the, oh crap, I forgot their name. You know, these, I don't remember. Crap! The Mystics, that's it! And yes, it's right there. I knew it started with an M, but I couldn't remember what. But yeah, this is fantastic. The music is fantastic. You have to see this if you haven't. And of course, number 66, The Dark Crystal. Number 65, I'm still mad that they're rebooting this, because I mean, it's only been fucking 9 years since the first one, which came out in 2002. And though Sam Raimi will be remembered for these, to me he'll be more remembered for The Evil Dead. That, of course, is Spider-Man. I thought this was, like Superman, very well done, very faithful. I don't read comic books, but I thought it was very faithful from what I hear from Spider-Man fans that it was. I thought Tobey Maguire was fantastic, doing the dual roles of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I'm hurrying up, guys, because I only have 4 minutes left. But yeah, this is fantastic. Everything about this is great. It was my favorite film of 2002, and Sam Raimi did a fantastic job. So there we go, number 65, Spider-Man. Number 64, another Jim Henson Muppetry masterpiece. And has the same stuff, but it has a few human characters produced by George Lucas, and one of the two of the actors, one is now an Oscar winner, and the other one is probably one of the best British musicians in the world, and that, of course, is 1986's Labyrinth. I became a fan of David Bowie thanks to this movie, because he does all the not the score, but the music, which has some great songs like Underground, Magic Dance, and Within You. The score is fantastic, and of course there's Jennifer Connelly, who of course won Best Supporting Actress in Beautiful Mind. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, what the hell's wrong with you? And like I said, I was 6 when this came out, and got to watch it, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Gotta hurry, because I got 2 minutes left. So yeah, this one, of course, solely directed by Jim Henson. So yeah, there we go, 1986's Labyrinth. So, 61, 62. So number 63, same year as Labyrinth, wasn't very well received critically or financially, which sucks, because it is a fantastic film. Directed by John Carpenter, and that, of course, is Big Trouble in Little China. I don't care what anybody says, like, why is this higher on The Thing? Because I like this more than The Thing. It's fun, it's stupid, it's goofy, it's everything. Even, like, yeah, I just said stupid, but it's fun stupid. And of course you got the cool role reversal, like you think Jack Burton is the hero and he's actually the sidekick, which is something I loved. It's too bad this wasn't well received, but I think a lot of Carpenter's and Kurt Russell's movies, they end up being loved years later, which is sad. And if you have this, watch it with the bloody commentary, because it's Carpenter and Russell just having a blast, which is probably why this movie has gone up so much in my book, because it is fantastic. A lot of well-known actors and actresses. Of course, you have Kim Cattrall in this. The music by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth, I think. But yeah, this is an absolute fantastic movie. Who cares what the critics say? Us fans, no different. So there we go, 1986's Big Trouble in Little China. And number 62 is another childhood favorite that really got me into baseball. It's not Bull Durham, it's not Major League, it's not none of that. But it's what I think is the absolute best baseball movie ever made. And that, of course, is 1984's The Natural with Robert Redford. Directed by Barry Levinson, who of course directed Rain Man. This is a fantastic baseball movie. The ending is completely different from the novel. I read the novel when I was 15, and the ending was just so terrible. I literally threw the book across the room. It pissed me off so bad. And I have to hurry because I only got 30 seconds left and I don't want to do this video again. I will do a more in-depth review on this later, but that's it. Number 62, The Natural. And we'll end this number 61. Thank you, Alfred Hitchcock, for making us scared of The Birds. Came out in 1962. and I can't talk anymore. I wasted too much fucking time, but everybody knows the plot, everybody knows the story, everybody knows how fucking awesome this is. So yeah, number 61, The Birds. Sorry guys, I ended up talking about Ever After and Harry Potter too much. I apologize for that. Next video I'll try not to, but you know me, I gab. So next one will be from 60 to 51, and then we should be almost there. So until then guys, have a good week. Watch a shitload of movies, and of course, as always, rate, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.